Warriors Unite! Back with another episode of Bigger Warriors 2 and the 1% Club. Hope you guys are doing well on this Sunday evening. Hope you guys following God's purposes, conquesting yourselves, conquesting everything around you, and becoming that high-value male that we need to become. For the world needs us right now, my friends. A lot of things crazy happening in the world, and we are needed in large regard because a lot of things are going to the devil. The basic idea is the evil one is trying to take control, and people are falling for it and being brainwashed. So make sure that you stay on top of the game and follow God's purposes and your Creator's purposes. All right, some quick shout outs here. As usual, I'm trying to catch up a little bit with topics and everything. We got a bunch of topics to look at. I did try to respond to some people back over the weekend because I had a couple of days off, so I've been trying to catch up with that a little bit. Tomislavjakobovic, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. My voice, thank you. Gematria, John Jennings, as usual. SR92007, thank you. Zesphirousnetwork, thank you. Sirgigglez, thank you. Mark Anthony, Masesmelo, new subscriber, thank you, my friend, for your subscription. As everybody, thank you guys. I'm very grateful for your comments and subscriptions and being able to kind of donate if you have the opportunity. Thank you as well. Szyman 5448, read Kelder's book. Greg Kelder's book is wonderful. We try to mention all the time. A lot of the foundational things that we talk about go back to Kelder's Founder of Youth book, and that's really talking about Stoicism. It's the tribe, Tibet tribe, and I'll probably do another video on that. We have a couple loaded on this already, but we'll talk about more. Wayne, thank you. OG, asking about vasectomies. I will talk about that one in a separate one. I'm still doing a little research on that one. Jimmy Gibson, hello, Mr. Ball, thank you. And Javel Chogie, I think, Chogie. Thank you for your comments. So I'll catch up a little bit more and we'll keep going here. A lot of topics in the future we're going to talk about. Alex is asking about mentally transmuting and physically transmuting. We'll do that one. HBR covers asking about can't release if you have sex if you're releasing. We'll talk about that one again. Mr. Perfect had a good one as well about everyone wants you during semen retention. Good. We'll talk about old habits a little bit, vasectomies. Semen retention and exes. Armand was asking a question about that. We'll try to get that one next after this one we do today. All right, so at the 2-minute and 45-second mark, let's talk about it. The topic for this one comes from Dareyfairy. Thank you, my friend. A shout out to you. It's a little bit similar to the last one. Not chasing women, but now we're talking about stop trying to attract women. That's the key. Under semen retention, do not try to even attract women. So my challenge, as all of us have challenges, is actually going into monk mode. And I've been working on monk mode. I still have another streak going right now, but it is difficult because your basic nature and things we have been taught have been to aggressively pursue. And we talked about this in the last one, but we want to go a little further on this. And in the mindset, a lot of you guys are thinking about attracting women. Even though you may not be chasing the women, you're still thinking about attracting women. This is the mindset that we have to correct. And that's hard to do. It's not easy. We're taught in this society that we need to pursue women, attract women, all these type of things. But really, in the long run, the opposite matrix is true. And what I mean by that is that you don't really attract people when you're trying to attract people. It's psychological. It's really more when you're yourself, you attract people. This is why semen retention and Kelder's Founder of Youth, all this stuff becomes attractive because you don't care anymore. If you stop caring, other people will respond psychologically to you. They'll sense when you're desperate, or they'll sense if you're phoning all the time, texting all the time. They'll realize that you are desperate, and therefore that becomes unattractive. When you are doing things on your own, and we always said, go back to your goals. Go back to trying to be the best person you can become, physically, spiritually, mentally. Don't have to worry about women at all. Women will always be around because they will find you attractive because you're your own purpose. You're a purpose, you're on your person, you're on your purpose, you're on your purpose, and you're trying to accomplish things for the betterment of the world, of yourself, and in particular, your God's purpose, your Creator's purpose. If you're on that goal, you don't need to bother attracting women. And so we say that, and it sounds ludicrous to the normal person. Men would kind of laugh you silly if they realize, oh, we ain't chasing women. We're chasing women. We're trying to attract women all the time. Maybe you want to sleep with women. Maybe you want to have relationships with women. All you're doing is thinking about, how can I attract that woman next? Well, warriors, I'm trying to kind of have you think differently about this. If you think differently, all of a sudden, these natural flow of energy in life will come towards you. The times that I've thought about women, nothing happened. The times I've not thought about women and just let things flow, women appear all the time. And that's how I ended up meeting my wife. That's how I've met my girlfriends over the years. All these things happen when you don't really pressure yourself internally to think about them. Now, this is a tough thing to think about. I understand this. This is not easy. It was a struggle with me for years as well. And I'm still struggling with aspects of this. If you are trying too hard, your energy is not being flowed the right way out in the world. And so you're not being flowed. It's like a river just blocked up. You're blocked up trying to get that woman, trying to attract these women. You're doing these things to try to attract women, whether you're doing it to make money, buy things, all these type of things. It ends up having the end result in most cases because you're trying too hard, and that person sees that. Now, having a one-night stand, you probably can do that anytime you wanted to. But the trouble is, if you really want to have relationships and you want to have somebody who's going to help you with your goals and your achievements for God's purposes, you're not going to sit there with somebody and be desperate, because that person is going to not be attracted to you at all. They want someone that they can respect. They want somebody they can look up to. They want somebody who's doing something with themselves and not spending time wasting chasing them. Even though down deep, they may like the attention. I mean, it's just like flowers. You can send flowers to a woman for a couple weeks and they're great. But if you start sending flowers every day for weeks on end, it gets boring. It gets boring and they eventually lose attraction. So what you really want to do is you want to continue to stay on your purpose, your goals, and don't think about attracting women. This is more of a mindset than anything else. If you look good, if you start getting in shape a little bit, and if you get your goals together, you don't have to worry about trying to attract anybody. You're going to be highly attractive, especially if you're retaining in periods of time and you're not just losing your energy left and right. You're going to look 10 times more attractive because of that alone. And because of that, then, the energy frequency, that aura they see, one of the benefits of semen retention is aura. Great energy. You see that. Your vibration is very high. Women will be attracted to that no matter what. Now, you then get to make a choice, and obviously, unless you find somebody who you want to end up being in a serious relationship with, you're going to decide, well, let's move on. Just move on. And that is something you're doing to get away from the evil one and not be tempted to be releasing. That's the bottom line. You want to stay away from these situations as much as possible. This is why the stoic person basically is just moving ahead with things they're doing. And what's going to end up happening is that women will be knocking on your door. You have to be strong, because when it's happening is that women will not understand why you're not chasing them. And the key is that you're basically on your own purpose, on your own time, and if they want to be part of your life, they've got to come into your life. Now, you can make a choice of what you want them or not. But the bottom line really is that you have to kind of get yourself into your own purpose and gear. And at that point, then you're strong enough mentally not to get fazed by all the temptation. Because women, temptation is strong. This power is strong. If it's used towards women, you get sucked in pretty easily. A lot of men get sucked in. And now they can't live without this woman, or they can't do anything without this woman. And all of a sudden they lose themselves. They lose themselves with an addiction that they have of this beauty of the woman, of who the woman is. And all of a sudden now you can't do anything else. And I've been there. So the thing is, what you got to do is you got to be strong, and you got to get to the point where you are achieving yourself and you're breaking that mental strut. This is why stoicism, for example, if a woman doesn't text you or a woman doesn't respond back to you, you move on. You do not chase her. Do not try to attract her back. She's going to figure out one way or the other whether or not she wants you or not because of the absence. This is the trouble. But a lot of times men are so wishy-washy, beta males I call them, right? Males who are not strong. They're basically going to go ahead and chase this woman. And the woman's just going to eventually leave them or cheat on them, whatever it might be, because they basically want someone who is going to be, they respect. They don't respect somebody who is on their knees begging for attention all the time, begging for them to come back and be relationships and things like that. That sort of thing dies quickly. It may work for a little bit, but it's going to die. So if you're in the stoic mindset and you're basically using brahmacharya or you're using sophism or celibacy, you are not going to sit there and worry about women. Do not feel like you need to attract women all the time. You're an attractive male without all that. And the bottom line really is you're focusing on those things that make you a better person. If you get attracted by females and they can give you attention and you feel nice about it, great. That's great. It's great to have companionship. There's nothing wrong with companionship. But doesn't define you, my friend. Do not let women define you. Do not let women define you. What happens is that then you become identified with a woman and you lose your own identity. And so you got to be strong enough to keep your own identity, push forward, continue to achieve things. Stay busy, as we talked about in a previous video, and do not be chasing and trying to attract women. Like I said, this is close to home when we talked about chasing women, but this is actually a different mindset entirely. You got to go into monk mode, and you basically have to say, okay, I'm done with women. Now, I know this is not easy, guys, and especially for guys who look at this who are not into this at all, and they say, these guys are crazy. What's wrong with these guys, right? But what I'm telling you is that, A, you do not need to have the mindset of chasing women or attracting women. You'll have plenty of women. But the focus should not be on the women. The focus should be on you. You and your creator. You should be trying to strive for things for the creator, and you should be achieving things because that's your purpose. That's what you want to achieve. And because of that, you'll be a lot stronger person in the long run. And what will end up happening is these women will respect you, and then you can decide, do I want a relationship? But the bottom line is that a woman you should be with, a woman should marry, that person is going to help you succeed. If you marry the wrong person, and this is why releasing is not a good thing at that point in time, because you want to identify. This is why in the old days, and some countries still do this with arranged marriages, there is some logic to that, because the males and females are not just going at it like crazy, intimate craziness before they get married. Because that clouds the decision, is this person the right person to help me achieve goals? And for males, they can get sucked up in this very easily. They can basically get sucked in. It's almost like a cage or a web. And it's very easy with the attraction, especially if you're having sexual relations and your energy, it's easy to get caught. It's easy all of a sudden now to lose yourself within this person. Do not do that. Don't hang around people that bring you down. Always hang around people that bring you up, energy level wise. You want to keep with those people who make you stronger, who encourage you to become stronger and a better person. You do not want to be people who are bringing you down, criticizing you all the time. You got to get away from those people as much as possible. Now, if they're family members, obviously you got to deal with them. But and I feel for you, because I'm with you at times too, with some of my family members. But the bottom line is you've got to continue achieving and doing your own thing. And do not let people stop you from that, because you're going to lose yourself in that type of thing. All right, friends, on this Sunday evening, I hope you guys, and this is February 18th, I believe it is, hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. God bless you guys. Thank you guys for all your comments and everything. And as I always do, I leave you with two things that I've always been guiding in my principles and trying to continue to think about this. And first of all, every day is a new day to a great warrior, and each one of you guys are a great warrior, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And secondly, we are in a continual war, as you guys know. Every day, there is evil out there, the evil one. It takes over people's minds and controls them, and so therefore, the cry has to be to continue to wake up a little bit and to realize that we're in a battle, and so you got to continue to battle